Hey, what is up everybody? I am Duffy Duck here and I'm back from the Merxy Toys and welcome back to Mars Play of Marbles Balance Challenge for the Nintendo Wii. So last time we actually did explore the empty lot, and today for this episode we're about to continue on and go to explore World 2, which appears to be Neighbor's house. But before we get into that actually, is that basically, as you can see on the little home icon, this meaning that we have ourselves the event was actually showing up in Anthony's home. So, or in this case, Anthony's house even. So meaning that we got ourselves a new object in town. So, it appears to be we have ourselves a little kettle or a... Yes, this appears to be a kettle. It's more likely just like a delivery thing type of scenario, so... At least even then, I think we actually access to the new mode right here. The junk factory where ordered has arrived. You can fuse together junk in a junk factory to make all kinds of stuff. I want to give you the this junk and things for these recipes. So yeah, you get for these recipes, and then basically what these recipes can do is that if you actually have yourselves a list with you, then you can actually make yourselves the bunch of stuff you can customize in a junk factory. And yeah, as you can see right there, we've now access to free mode and the tutorial mode. But we're not going to those, because first things first is that we're about to be heading to Neighbor's house. So, yeah, so let's get this started then. So, oh crud, I forgot to actually read the description of this world in general. So let's go ahead and read that. Roll about in this house full of sewing supplies. So... this meaning that we're actually going to be involved in doing, well, just avoiding some of these supplies as a result from it. So here we go, on to the first level in Neighbor's house, which appears to be we have some scissors since the first game. And just like the first game, that, you don't want to actually stand on the center where the scissors was actually located on, because if you do that, then you're probably going to let your marble burst into pieces. Or in this case, snap into pieces in general. So, yeah. Now, there's something I want to mention about something is that, which is especially apparent because my voice is actually gone back to normal than it was before, because, my voice on, the ones in the previous part, on part 1, that was actually kind of a mistake though, because I seem to actually use the rubbish microphone recordings-wise, because my voice commentary-wise is a bit messed up at points, but eventually I did manage to solve this problem up while I decided to insert my microphone for the USB connector. So my voice on that should be clear from now on, and then I think I will do that in the rest of this Let's Play in general. So anyways. Alright, on to level 2 of Neighbor's house, and it looks like we have ourselves a little shifting platform type of thing scenario, so yeah. There's not much I can talk about from that part right there. Besides, if you actually get onto the edge of these little platforms right there, don't let the thing crush you, so just in case if there's any situations where I think there's some Stomp Temple parts, and as well as the green crystal, which should be just located just around here, if you actually just to be more precise than that. So, yeah, and that's how you essentially grab it. So let's go ahead and just hit back. Yeah, yeah. I always get crushed in some of these, some emphasis, so I should be more careful. So anyways. So then, few things I just want to mention about something, even then it's a bit early for more likely, but, normally, potentially, that recently, during the last week or so, on the 10 o'clock, at least in the UK department, basically, that, oh yeah, we have ourselves level 3, which we have to deal with the tilting platforms, just like before. So, yeah. I actually kind of like this world. This world seems to be quite similar to, Toyland from, the first game, but except there's no, toy blocks and stuff like that this time around. So it's a bit different from the first game that can handle. But I mean, if you look at the background, it feels more likely identical to one another, but except it does have a table in the background, and as well as the some little storage cupboards. So because that's why this world is actually called Neighbor's House. So yeah. So another thing I'd like to point out is that recently, last week, that new Nintendo Direct has been announced, along with about a week before from the Pokemon Direct, that last time it did show off the next Pokemon title, which was Pokemon Sun and Moon. And now they actually added up some new stuff into our table in the Nintendo Direct stuff. First off, it did show off the Star Fox Zero footage, and yeah, it did show off what the gameplay is actually going to be look like, and I'm glad to say that finally, much like Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games on the 3DS, that now finally Star Fox Zero has a release date, at least in Europe. And as well as on that though, once you actually get Star Fox Zero, perhaps the most coolest thing of the bunch is that the amiibo functionality of that game does have a pretty cool mod when you're actually trying to scan in Fox. If you scan in Fox, that perhaps it has the most coolest thing of all is that you can actually play as these Star Wing arm wings. So that's pretty cool. I gotta say that much, because usually that I haven't owned Star Wing yet, but it was on the Super Nintendo basically. So I've heard it's pretty interesting to say the least. So yeah. And what's the next thing that they actually did announce so far? They actually announced the more updates on Super Mario Maker, perhaps the most famously. Well, before I get into that, for more discussion on that, here we're on to level 5, where basically in Neighbor's House level 5 is that we actually have to deal with wind currents, and basically you don't want to get blow off too hard, because if you do get blow off too hard, then you basically fall off the level, and then thankfully though, if you press the A button, you can actually retry the certain sections at any point. But what's really disappointing in the ones in the first game is that even though the pacing on that is pretty off this time around, because you remember how in the first game that once you actually press A, it does say ready, start from the get-go. But in this, you have to wait until when 3 numbers have been counting down, so that could be a bit of a drawn out sometimes, at least if you're actually trying to do a speed run of this game, so that's for my taste for one liking. Alright, so level 6, so here we have ourselves some scissors, as you can see, and as well as the new objects they're actually inserting, these are the bumpers. If you remember the bumpers from Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, and some other Monkey Ball games in general, then if you touch one of those, you will somehow get knocked over by the bumpers, especially when you're trying to avoid them while they're actually trying to knock you off the level. So just be careful, be patient, or just be precise on that. And then here's the most nerve-wracking part. There we go. Yeah, as you can see that right there, they actually did knock the marble from back and forth between the few. So just be careful, don't get bumped into those bumpers too much, so just stay sharp on that. So yeah, pretty simple and easy level. So yeah, and we actually got the challenge stage unlocked, but we'll save that at the end of this video. Alright, on to level 7, which appears to be we're actually going to be riding onto those rotating clocks. Which, as you can see on the little part of the screen, and as well as we're actually riding on those right now. So that's pretty cool. So anyways, they actually added up some new updates for Super Mario Maker, which involving the key coins. And basically, I believe when you actually depend on how much key coins you want to insert it on, mostly I think they actually did show off 5 red key coins so far, but I think if you collect them all, it actually gets it allows you to actually grab yourselves a key, which can be pretty helpful. And then also, not to mention that I believe that it actually going to be involving the key doors as well, I'm presuming. But I mean, even then, and also not to mention, in addition to that, to these updates, including some more amiibo costumes, or especially the mystery mushroom costumes, is that they actually added up a new difficulty in the 100 Mario challenge, because now they actually put in the I think it's super expert difficulty. I'm guessing I will mention that because that's what it said according to Nintendo Direct, as far as I'm concerned. So, and then, I believe they actually insert like 6 levels this time, as opposed to 16 than the ones in the regular expert level. But even then, I haven't beat that though, because it was way too impossible. And yeah, if you drop down here, if you hop into the cannon, that's how you essentially get the green crystals. So, not too hard though, just, you know, aim yourselves correctly, and then, yeah, that's how you do here. Sorry, I had a bit of a weird voice going on, but hey, at least I can fix that once I finish this video here. So anyway, level 9. So I believe that we're actually gonna go through the tilting platform just like before. So I guess I was gonna mention that. So another thing I'd like to talk about from the Nintendo Direct announcement is that finally, we got some new footage of the Wii U version of Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. And then whenever I first saw that opening scene, I'm super excited about this, because not only they actually bring some of the characters from the 3DS version returns, but I believe possibly it actually pronounced the exclusive playable characters on the Wii U version. So far, it was going to be Boom Boom from Super Mario Bros. 3 and Toad, because if you actually look closely into the opening cinematic, that meaning that Toad and Boom Boom will become playable characters, which sounds pretty cool at first, because even then, I believe that Toad was actually parkour now, much like Rosalina from Super Mario 3D World. When it comes to doing with the platforming, I don't know, but I digress though. And also, what's great about the Wii U version as opposed to the 3DS version, I've been presuming, I'm guessing that it might actually bring some of the, you actually play as all of the characters in all of these events, so, just like how it does in the other console games. So, for my predicaments on that, it will definitely be true. So, yeah, because in the 3DS version, just like how it does in the London 2012 Olympic Games, on the 3DS, you have to play as a certain amount of characters in certain amount of events, so, which is a major shame, but sometimes because of the limitations of the handheld, so, yeah. Oh yeah, for the 10th station right there, the main gimmick of that level is by basically going through these cock wheels, so, that's basically what you can get, so, yeah. It's pretty easy to miss the Stomp Temple once you're first time playing this game, but you have to be really precise while just maneuvering it. And we actually got a second Candy Island level, which appears to be level number 2. So we can actually just, yeah, I think we actually got everything right here, so no need to backtrack to actually, do that. Unless when we get into the later worlds, it can get pretty well hidden. Alright, stage 11 of Neighbor's House, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. And then one more thing I have to mention about the Wii U version of Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games is the fact that the release date on that version was actually being confirmed. It will be released until June, which appears to be on June the 24th, which I'm really excited about this because after when, I'm pretty sure when me and, Chip were gonna do a remade playthrough of that, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games playthrough sometime soon, and then if me and Chip finishes that, then I think it might be a perfect time to actually do the Rio 2016 Olympic Games playthrough. As well as that though, the Rio 2016 Olympics itself will actually be up, until 5 months from now, so definitely looking forward to that. So, yeah. And that concludes, Neighbor's House. So, and we actually got ourselves a new world. Woohoo! You cleared the challenge stage. Yeah, every time when you're trying to complete one of those stages, just Anthony is actually telling us to see that you cleared the challenge stage. and we actually access to Sizzling Desert and the City World. So I'm gonna have to finish this video right here. So next time on Let's Play Marbles Balance Challenge is that we're gonna be doing Sizzling Desert. So see you guys next time. Later, fellas.